Shalom. I wanted to try my best to make this shorter. I don't know if I've ever fully talked about this, but for years, and I still do have these things, I've struggled with intrusive thoughts, and I believe everybody struggles with intrusive thoughts. Everybody has different intensities, different thoughts. For some it's lustful thoughts, for some it's violent thoughts, for some it's feelings and things along those lines. But the thoughts that I've struggled with, and sometimes I feel like is just hundreds a day. I didn't sit there and count them, so that might be off, or it might be more. I don't know. But they were the thoughts that really tormented me for a long time and made me doubt my salvation and my standing with Yahuwah and Yahusha were blasphemous thoughts, like curse words, insults towards Yahuwah and Yahusha. And it used to freak me out. And, I don't want to say their names, but I remember I fellowshipped with, a certain group in the past, and there was a certain thing that they would call me as, well, I can only know for sure that one person called me this, but it was blasphemer. And so today I just kind of wanted to say that I disagree. I strongly disagree with that sentiment that because someone has intrusive thoughts, that they're a blasphemer. I strongly disagree with the sentiment, with the thought that because someone has intrusive thoughts, whatever they may be, that they are, that they don't love Yahuwah, or that they just don't believe enough, or that they're not a true believer. Because in its nature, an intrusive thought, you can't pick what it is. You can't select, oh, no, actually, no. I want lust instead of blasphemy. No, then it wouldn't be intrusive, right? And so I just wanted to share that because I know that when I was going through this, no one really talked about that. Since then, I've met people who have had the same struggle, and it made me realize like I wasn't alone, I wasn't a freak, I wasn't done for or doomed or a vessel of destruction. I was a normal person who was having a struggle that not everybody experiences, and hallelujah, that there are some who don't have to deal with it, but other people do. And so, for years, I felt alone. For years, I felt like a freak. For years, I felt like no one could relate to me. For years, I wondered if I truly loved Yahuwah or if I was just truly a blasphemer that's going to be destroyed and I'm fooling myself. And so I just wanted to share that, because what if there's someone that sees this and they're like, oh, I struggle with the same. Or I struggle with something similar, but it's slightly different. But just knowing that you struggle with that encourages me to keep going. Because I think the truth of the matter is we can't control what comes in our mind many times, but we can control what stays in our mind. So in no way am I saying to just willfully blaspheme Yahuwah and Yahusha with your mouth or your thoughts. What I am saying is if there's ever a thought that comes in like that, cast it down and don't freak out. And that's what I'm trying to do. Is I realize that these are intrusive thoughts, whether it's the enemy, whether it's the flesh, it doesn't matter. The origin does not matter. What matters is that I cast it down. And I think that's important for people to know that there are real people who I believe, I love Yahuwah and Yahusha the best I can. There are people who love Yahuwah and Yahusha who have horrible thoughts come into their mind. And that's okay. Because we're going to fight it, we're going to cast it down, and we're going to try to do our best to not delight in these thoughts, not to dwell on these thoughts. But I also feel like when there are people who don't understand that struggle, who are Baruch to not have to go through that, they can often beat people down and put them down and make them feel like they're just like done for. And that doesn't help anybody. If anything, that might push them away from the walk or make them do something permanent and foolish. And so, if this can be of any help to anybody, I hope to say this flat out. If you have intrusive thoughts, sorry, I got a call, I don't know if it cut the video out, but if If you have intrusive thoughts, you're not alone. I have intrusive thoughts. I have all the thoughts you can think of come into my mind. I have some of the worst thoughts come into my mind, and they used to make me go crazy. I used to hit myself, I used to cry, I used to scream, I used to feel like Yahuwah was going to cut me off. I used to feel like I was just a fraud and a fake, and that everybody around me was real, that they really loved Yahuwah and Yahusha, but I was the fake because I was a blasphemer in my mind. Even though I cast down the blasphemies, I would hit myself, crying, screaming, like, I don't want to blaspheme. Like, what are these thoughts coming in? These curse words, these insults, these cuss words, what is this? And it's like, no, that is normal for some. I've met many people who struggle with that, and it tears them apart. And I know I know that our Elohim not only knows us so well, but he tries the kidneys and the hearts. And I truly believe that he knows that we don't delight in these thoughts. He knows that these are intrusive thoughts. And all we have to do is cast them down and talk to him about it. He's already aware, but just talk to him about it. So I hope that this helps somebody, because what was ironic and crazy is when I was struggling with this, I was trying to find comfort from people. And there was a lot of siblings who showed me so much comfort. And Yahuwah and Yahusha Barak all of you, and encourage you and strengthen you and remember you for your kindness. But yeah, I also remember there were some people who were really not super helpful. And that's okay. Yahuwah forgive and barak you and help you understand other people's struggles. But ironically enough, it was like the Christian community, on YouTube at least, talked a lot about these thoughts, blasphemous thoughts, intrusive thoughts. And, hey, I know Christianity is a whole different walk. And I think a lot of us came from Christianity, so I don't want to discount Christians. I want to show them love and, open the door for them to come and learn if they desire. And just, I believe building relationships with Christians could be a very good thing, and that Yahuwah and Yahusha use that and prosper that. We're not going to get anywhere by beating them down and insulting them. I don't believe. Yes, share truth, but in love. But that's not my point. It really helped me to see a video of a guy, just a normal guy, maybe in his backyard or something, talking about his intrusive thoughts, and them like completely knowing that it was not them. And just for someone else to express that they also have these intrusive thoughts helped me a lot. So I hope that this helps somebody. I hope that this helps someone. Much love and shalom. Yahuwah and Yahusha Barak, you guys. And if you guys want to comment down, YouTube for the most part, I believe, is full of really amazing, supportive people. But, sometimes you get the one-offs. So if you feel comfortable sharing, fully knowing that someone can comment, I usually try to moderate it. If someone's just being completely rude and evil in the comment section, then I usually delete it or I respond. But I can't catch everything. So, share at your own risk. But I believe that you will have my support and prayers is what I hope to guarantee for the most part. So anyways, I hope that this helps somebody, because I know I needed this years ago, and I could not find Yahuwah and Yahusha videos about it. So I hope that this could be maybe the first one. If it's the first one, maybe this is not the first one, but yeah, much love and shalom.